obey my command at all time. If you want a touchdown, do it now. Go back to your corner. Go back to your corner.
I didn't think so.
No.
Never a doubt, right?
That was the loudest applause I've ever heard in my life.
GSP, a hero here at home.
Yeah, if you're not here, I don't know if you get the full spectrum of sound that came out of this crowd, but that was amazing.
Nick Diaz, George St-Pierre, kick early by the champion. Gray trunks for the challenger, black trunks for the champion.
Good jab landed right away by Nick. Takedown by George. Full guard by Nick Diaz. He's got an arm wrapped up.
Nick, very creative and talented on his back.
Very good guard, very offensive guard, very good with sweeps as well, and very good at protecting himself from his back. Good elbow right away.
George likes to use the elbows with his ground and pound and cut open his opponents. Nick turns.
George has his back.
Nick trying to work his way back up.
Nick is sticking a leg in between George's legs. He may roll for a knee bar too if he has the opportunity. And George stops that.
It's deafening in here.
Nick's rolling. He's got a hold of George's arm and he's rolling. Nick's up. Sprawl by George. George again takes the back. Nick's gonna pin that wrist and roll towards his right shoulder if he gets the opportunity.
George controlling so far.
There's the roll. He's gonna try it on the other side now. George so far has landed some decent shots here from the top position. He hops over to the other side, and he controls Nick in side control now. He's looking to take the back.
St-Pierre still in control here. Just past the midway point of round one. Postures up.
Good elbow by
Good
George.
elbows. Keep in mind, Nick Diaz has a ton of scar tissue around his eyes, too.
He's actually had that operated on because he was receiving so many cuts in fights that he had it all shaved down and had the scar tissue repaired. George controlling Nick on the ground here in this first round. All George St-Pierre so far. Nick has just been unable to get back up to his feet. Nick again trying to tie on that wrist and roll, but George has his back. Nick's trying to get back up to his feet here.
George so strong and well-conditioned. And he can control his opponents as well as anybody in the octagon.
There's no question he's physically stronger than Nick. The question is whether or not he's going to be able to match him technique for technique, breath for breath, keep up with his endurance. But so far, if he can do this, it's all George.
Top position time nearing 4 minutes of this round, Joe.
He's got one hook in. He's got both hooks now. Nick peels one hook off.
And Nick can't fight him off here in the first.
It's all George right now. But George is pacing himself. You can see even the way he's throwing his ground and pound. He's not going full blast. He's just doing what he has to do.
That's what we talked about as well, Joe. Would he utilize his game plan and not be affected by all the talk coming into this fight? And once again, the answer is
Nick
yes.
is wrapping up a Kimura, standing Kimura on that left arm of George. Let's see if he has enough time to do something with it.
Big takedown.
Big slam by George.
10 seconds left in round one.
So far, all George.
Yeah, big first round for the champion. See what Nick tries to do here, back on the feet. Will George stand and strike? Now southpaw for Diaz, who, as Firas Zahabi talked about, came out in the orthodox stance. Up the middle.
Yeah, George is looking for that front kick to the face.
That's not what it is
again. Man. He can't stop it.
We haven't seen anybody who can.
Well, it becomes a question of what can he do from his back if he can't stop it. Because he didn't do anything in that first round. He's got to make something happen here in the second.
Perfect once again.
Unable to get to his feet, unable to stop the takedown, unable to generate any offense from his back.
Takedown accuracy number one all time. George St-Pierre at over 78%. His ground control second to none. And we know from all the fights we've called with St-Pierre, he does not get tired in this position.
He's a machine. I mean, the guy practices as hard as any man in the world. He's got the most scientific training known to man.
In a lot of ways, he is the perfect fighting machine.
Nick's looking for a leg there. George sprawls out easily, defends. A nice knee to the body by George. Nick is again tying up that left wrist, trying to roll on it. But George is pounding on him here.
Nick just covering up.
And George recognizes the roll, hops to the other side, stops that roll, and more ground and pound.
A bad position for the challenger.
And just unable to get to his feet. Nick's got to figure out a way to either stop this or sweep him or reverse him. He's got to do something. Now this is actually better for Nick. If he can get George to scramble with him on the ground, where he's getting beat up is in this position. But if he can initiate a lot of movement.
That's a big elbow, Joe.
Huge elbow.
Nick got a couple of strikes to land from the ground, but then George takes over again.
Yeah, and those strikes from his back are just not very significant. He's got his back again, and Nick keeps going to the same move, grabbing that wrist and trying to roll.
Under 90 on the clock here in round two now.
Nick trying to get a hand inside the legs of George.
115. Knee to the body, wisely, grounded opponent.
Nick's up to his feet again, and he's free.
A to right hand. This is obviously what Nick wants. A little bit of taunting begins. Superman punch. Superman jab. 30 seconds.
Good straight left there by Nick.
Kick again by St-Pierre, spin by Diaz. Final seconds of the round.
So far, Nick has been able to avoid the real bad ground and pound that we've seen from some of, whoa! There's a bitch, there's two bitches, there's three. Can he go to rally?
Look at the look on his face.
Yeah. Nice jab by George. Looking for the high kick. Nice jab by St-Pierre.
See if Nick can back him up like they talked about.
Watch the finger, guys.
And there's a takedown again. Oh, but this time he stopped it.
Stuffed.
Watch your finger, Nick.
Not that time, though. Can he get all the way up? Working his way to the fence.
I've never seen anybody do that before. Crawl over to the fence while someone's hanging on him.
Couple of shots.
And Nick's trying to separate and spin. He's trying also to attempt that Kimura, and that will make George let go.
Great kicks possessed by St-Pierre as well, that karate background. Good jabs. Right hand.
Free that time.
Couple of failed takedown attempts here. Could that be a small turning point in this fight?
Oh, nice shot to the body there by Diaz.
He loves the body shots. Another kick.
Nice kick by Diaz.
Midway point of this championship fight. That explosive jab. This is what Nick wants.
Absolutely. This is the best opportunity for Nick Diaz to win this fight. If he can keep the fight like this. Spinning crescent kick and return by George.
Combination by the champion. Looking for a takedown.
And Nick's able to stop it here. Very interesting.
Absolutely. That's the third one he stopped in this round, Joe.
He's just got to start generating more offense, though. Nice straight right by George.
Nick's jab.
Good left hand by Nick, and George just looked up at the time, Mike, and a big right hook by Nick Diaz.
Nick Diaz pushing forward here. Final minute of round 3.
Good left hand by Nick.
Got that one, though. Big takedown. It was the third round against Condit where the complexion of the fight was changed. 20 seconds. St-Pierre looks at the clock. Stand here in this round. Diaz sent a message in the third. Championship rounds. Nick Diaz has gone 5 rounds twice against Carlos Condit and KJ Nunes. St-Pierre. Multiple occasions he has gone 25 minutes, 6 in fact. 10-0 in fights that go the distance. Standing strikes. Slight advantage for the champion. Nick, orthodox stance again.
Leg kick by George. There's a good right hook there by Nick. There's a shot and stuffed. Nicely done by Diaz. Solid jab by George.
Like you said earlier, though, Nick needs to start to change the complexion of this fight on the feet. He got punched.
Well, quite honestly, he's going to have to stop George at this point.
Yes.
I mean, he lost 3 rounds in a row. Most likely, we say this?
Sure.
Most likely, if you were talking to Nick Diaz in his corner, he would say, listen, man, you got to go for broke because you're probably not going to win this decision right now. Unless he did something drastic and knocked George down in 2 rounds, got 2 10-8 rounds in a row. Stop the takedown again.
Right back up, head kick again. George loves to blast forward with the right hand.
The more Nick can stop these takedowns, the more he's going to get confidence. Good hook to the body by Nick. And a nice knee to the body as well.
Answered. Nick trying to throw some uppercuts.
Nice knee to the body by Nick. Hitting that same spot over and over again. Good combination by Diaz. And the chance of GSP begin.
Those multiple body punches are a trademark combination of Nick Diaz.
But this is something you can't do. You can't just walk around with your hands down. You got to be offensive. You got to make something happen here.
Stutter stepped in.
This is the fight that Nick Diaz wanted, and here it is right in front of him.
Big takedown. Joey had 3 minutes on the feet there.
Yeah, that's what he wanted, but he spent, 20, 30 seconds just walking around. He's doing a good job of protecting himself from the bottom, but he's still getting beat up. You hear his corner screaming, pace, pick up the pace. They believe that Nick Diaz has more cardio than anyone on the planet. Look at this.
That's 7. Now a minute left in the 4th.
Back up to his feet again. And George again looked up at the clock. Nick is looking for that Kimura. He does not have a hold of George's body though. He's got a half guard here on the right leg, but he doesn't have enough to control the body to execute that technique.
"71 significant strikes for St-Pierre, 61 for Diaz."
And Nick rolled under, tried to get that leg lock, couldn't get it.
Clean, guys. Thank you.
5 minutes left.
Fight, last round.
5th and final round. Both men showing signs of combat. If Nick has been waiting to pour it on, now's the time.
That was a good straight left by Nick. Nice jab by George.
Body.
And Nick stuffs that takedown attempt. See if he can spin out, create some distance. Nice knee to the body by George.
Joe, over 11 minutes of this fight have been spent standing.
Yeah, this is really amazing, this knee exchange here. I would have never thought that George would have wanted to hold him in this position, exchange knees like this. I mean, it could be the sign of fatigue, but I do not believe that was in the strategy.
Nick, you wanted this fight. Now's the time to take it.
George he has such a great ability to cover distance with his jabs and with his punches, and it's one of the reasons why his double is so powerful.
He hops right on him.
Nick is looking for that Kimura on the left arm of George. Can't.
With 2.5 minutes left in the 5th round, George St-Pierre is now number 2 all-time in minutes spent in the octagon in competition. A win tonight would tie him with the number 1 all-time man with 18 victories, Matt Hughes. He would surpass Hughes with an 8th title defense.
He's got the back there for a brief moment, and Nick rolls out of it. But George able to maintain that top position every single time they have a scramble.
2 minutes.
Nick rolls again. If he's gonna escape, now's the time. He's up to his feet, and he's up.
All right, 145. He's got to finish him.
Yeah, he really does. Good shot to the body by Diaz.
Multiple shots that time. And the knee.
I don't know what they're chanting right now.
1 minute remains. St-Pierre once again on top. And the crowd reacts. Final 30 seconds.
Big elbow by George as he looks up at the clock.
20 seconds. 8 takedowns for the champion. Final 10 seconds of the fight. And they go the distance.
No animosity at the end, at least.
No.
You know, although it wasn't the destructive finish that George would like, it's the clearest that anyone has ever defeated Nick Diaz inside the octagon. Neutralized his attack and fought quite a bit with him standing up on the feet.
Almost 13 minutes. Joe, let's take a look at our fight replay.
And there's Nick Diaz landing a jab, takedown by George. Another takedown by George. And Nick was just unable to implement any offense from the ground. And here's ground and pound by George. Knee to the body. During the third round, the perspective of the fight changed a little bit. George lands a jab there because Nick was able to generate a bit of offense standing. There's a nice straight right hand by George. And then the fourth round, another takedown. And another. And then the fifth and final round was just more of the same. Superman jab. That kick attempt.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 5 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards for a decision. All 3 judges score this contest 50-45 for the winner by unanimous decision, Lagano, and still the undisputed UFC welterweight champion of the world, George "Rush" St-Pierre.